Oh my god. You will not see this again in F1 Fantasy for a long time. Now, you're gonna see me being like absolutely over the moon with the results we've just had. But I do just have to put a little caveat to everything. Hulkenberg this weekend should have got driver of the day. He should be on 40 points. 40. 4-0. Bear in mind, I kept this guy in my team just because I was like, oh, he's going to get a minus 0.2. I think it's better, safer, to keep that transfer and figure out what it's going to be in Canada. Never mind Canada. Spain, 30 points. 0.6 million increase. It doesn't even matter that I got screwed over in Monaco by that one difference in point from -1 to -2 to get that minus 0.2 from Hulkenberg. This has to be... I'm not even going to call it genius. This has to be the most lucky asset I've ever had in F1 Fantasy. My team has gone up 2.7 million this week. I need to get up the chat. I am absolutely buzzing after seeing that race week. What an end to the race. Verstappen down to 19 points. I just can't believe what I'm witnessing. It is... it's absolute seeds. Absolute seeds. Who ended up getting up driver of the day? Sadly, Max Verstappen. I don't know what people were smoking to put Verstappen driver of the day. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Piastri we had 2 times. 45 had the fastest lap. Get in. Nico Hulkenberg, the man you are. Just this right here. This is what the GOAT looks like. This is him. That is him. He is him. What a guy. And you wonder why Sauber brings people like this in. He is got to be one of the best driver changes. To Sauber. Oh my god. This man. This man. And also, don't forget that we had Fernando Alonso getting back into the top 10 so I don't have to do the forfeit for Spain. So, I'm still going to do the Monaco forfeit, 100%. I've got 297 points. Imola, it doesn't matter anymore. I've recovered from that. For McLaren Ferrari worked out. If you had kick, 48 points, by the way. Oh my god. The scenes. You should have seen me. I was screaming. Oh my god. I can't believe what I've just witnessed. I can't believe it. Michael goes, Albon ruined my weekend. I thought I had a good differential having a budget with McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri. Right, yeah. No, it's a shame. He damaged his wing twice and then there was nothing he could do really. So that's him done now for a while because he's at such a big price. What's his price? 13.6 million. He's going to be going down all the way to Silverstone now. Who's hotter right now? Mate, I honestly, I've never felt so many emotions in my life. I'm angry that Nico Hulkenberg doesn't get driver of the day, but I'm also super over the moon because he's got 30 points. Like, when was he ever going to get it? But then, I genuinely... So, what made me, Luke, be absolutely fuming was when, if you were looking along at the F1 Fantasy Tools table, you would have noticed Verstappen was beating Piastri when Verstappen had driver of the day and he was in 3rd place. And that, I was head lost from that. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe what I'm seeing here with Verstappen getting more points than Piastri. And then it crumbled. They put him on the hards. He got a 10-second penalty. I don't even know where he actually even finished. Where did he even finish? 10th. He finished in 10th. What the hell, man? I can't believe it. Just look at the team one. Screwdriver of the day. It should have been 40 points for Hulkenberg. My goat. Yeah, if you were following me on Twitter, you would have seen I have been going absolutely mental on it. I honestly, I don't know. Verstappen has more investigations going on. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a few more penalties. I mean, I saw what happened with him and Leclerc it looked completely fine. They just tapped each other. Russell and Verstappen, I do think it was Russell's fault, but nothing really happened from that. I don't know, because then they wanted Verstappen to give back the position. I think they were saying it was I don't know. Were they saying it was Verstappen's fault? Wait, are you serious? Oh, keep an eye on that. Lannister might have some news going on. I've got to keep this open on my phone to see what's going on here. Let me get the live timings up, because they should be still live, right? Let me get the live timings. This has to be one of the most insane ends to a race we've seen for a while. Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's one of those weekends where I will happily take, yes, Hulkenberg, great, cool and stuff. But like, if you know what I was talking about as well, and I know all of you in here will know what I'm talking about. Hulkenberg wasn't even on my mind. I just kept him to keep him. I was like, he's gonna get minus 0.2, and now this is exactly what I said would happen. By the way, if any of you watched the live stream, watched any of the chats I was talking about, I constantly mentioned how I didn't want to take a transfer to a sideways driver like a Behrman, like a Alonso, any of those sorts of drivers, because I was like, we don't know who's going to be picked in Canada. And now Nico Hulkenberg's the must pick, and he is the must pick. He's going to need like minus points to get a 0.6 million. It is absolutely incredible what we have just seen, and I just can't believe it. Yeah. How does everyone feel about all of the Max stuff? Because I just feel like he lost his head at the end, which is fair enough. Like, he got put onto hards, which completely ruined his race. But yeah, it was that last little bit with Verstappen and Russell. That wasn't on. But it was getting close. It was really getting close. Unbelievable, especially after you took a hit a couple weeks ago, and now you're this is key. DVS puts this perfectly. So like, this is why you try to be upbeat after Imola and stuff, because I got slapped about by the Esteban Ocon DNF and stuff, and instantly one good weekend, just 2 race weekends later, and we're back in it. This actually overhauls the Esteban Ocon stuff plus more. 297 points. I'd love to find out what everyone else's points are. Did anyone actually end up going for the McLaren kick teams with Piastri and Norris? Because I said to go to the V-Carb one, which sounded more respectable, but Sauber with Hulkenberg obviously did his thing. I mean, even Bortoletto. Actually, I'll go over who we should be looking at for next race weekend as well. So you probably had Hadjar, you probably had Alonso, and you probably had, who else would you have? You wouldn't have Hulkenberg in a team like this. You'd have Bortoletto, yeah. What are they looking at? 292 points for anyone with the McLaren and kick teams. So only 5 points off what I would have got. But just look at that budget, everyone. Oh my god. I'm on 115.9 million after this race weekend. 115.9 million. I can't stress how insane that was. Oh my... mate, my green team's in the mud, by the way. Abu. Kit got 48 points. My green team got 146 points. That's probably more than some teams had if they went the Verstappen route. This is ridiculous. Hulk got more than Leclerc. Lol. Lannister, honestly, Hulk should have been 5 points off Piastri. He should have had 40, because in no world should he have not gotten driver of the day. I thought he should have had driver of the day when he was in P9. A little bit biased. And then he got into P8, and I was like, how is no one voting for him? And then, where did this pace come from? Nico Hulkenberg overtaking a Ferrari on pure pace. Overtaking Isaac Hadjar. Technically not overtaking Verstappen, but with the penalty, finished ahead of Verstappen. This is just absolutely incredible. Oh, you won't guess, it was Max Verstappen for his brilliant P10. Yep, I really do think either they need to start making driver of the day the last 3 laps you can do it, and you do the pole over the podium, or it's just going to be later in the race, because I mean, actually, no, because Verstappen didn't even deserve it when he had 17%. So I don't really know what was going on. How much for free McLaren, free V-Carb, Alonso? Let's have a look. That team should have done half decent. So free McLaren. I'm assuming Piastri. Free 2 times. And I'm gonna also assume I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and give you Alonso as well. Oh no, you said you had Alonso. Piastri 275. That is very, very good. Very, very good. I can tell you, if you had anything more... what is the worst team? Right, so let me try to think. So if you had... because it would be McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri, Bortoletto, Alonso, Hadjar, Lawson. I know a lot of people had that team. What is that? 286 points. Like, you're living life. This is absolutely incredible. Where did the big points come? Hang on. 3 points lost. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's just I honestly I had to get on straight away after that because I had to get the raw feelings of that because that was. Oh, I just could not believe my eyes. Yeah, mate, mine did 146. Like, what is going on? This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Apparently they've been talking about black flag situations. Joe got 274 plus 2.1 million. Absolutely incredible. I think this is going to be a great weekend for a lot of people, isn't it? Obama says, just let me decide driver of the day. You know what? You'd probably do a better job than half of the people who vote for this. I don't know. There should be, or there should be a driver of the day where only, no, because F1 Fantasy players are the most biased. But no one would have voted Verstappen. No one had Verstappen. Well, not a lot of people had Verstappen in their teams in F1 Fantasy this week. So I'm really surprised where those drivers of the day came from. Because I thought Piastri was popular. And him in P1, I thought would do it. But I think people are just sick and tired of McLaren now. So we're going to start seeing some weird driver of the days. What is your team? Meletios, I had McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri, Nico Hulkenberg, Isaac Hadjar, Liam Lawson, Colapinto. 2.7 million up, 297 points. Oh. And I can tell you, coming into next weekend, okay, drivers you are going to want to have a look at. Yeah, I know. I can't even call it. I can't even call it like good skill. It is just luck on another level. I didn't expect Nico Hulkenberg to get 30 points, but no. Who you want to keep is you want to have Hulkenberg. Definitely a must-have next weekend because he is going to be. He's going to need negative points to go up. I don't know how many negative points, but a lot. So Nico Hulkenberg, a must-have. Probably Oscar Piastri as well. He's going to be the only 8-year driver that looks like they could go up 0.3 million next weekend. So Piastri, a must. Nico Hulkenberg, a must. Fernando Alonso is going to be a must, which is really... No. Ooh. Fernando Alonso comes back into it a little bit, but I believe... Hang on. If I get up the statistics... I believe he got minus 16 in Monaco, didn't he? What did he get? Minus 16. So Alonso goes slap back to 0, which means he's not a terrible option. He still needs a lot of points, but it's doable. So I wouldn't bring him in, but it's still a better option than a lot. So you've got Piastri, Hulkenberg, Hadjar are the 3 must-haves coming into next race weekend. What's Gasly saying? Gasly's still got the minus 20, yep. Lawson's a must. And it might be Bortoletto, actually, who's the other must. It's probably going to be Bortoletto. So those are your 5 B-tier drivers. Probably that we're going to be looking at. Maybe Fernando Alonso if you just want to bring him in. But Sainz, what did Sainz get in the end? Sainz maybe as well. So you've got 6 B-tier drivers. We'll see what their budget's looking like right now. In a couple of, I say a couple of hours, give it a few hours. We know what F1 Fantasy's like. But there's a lot, 6 drivers potentially that we could be looking at. 7 with Colapinto because he's still going to be a maintaining budget kind of guy. So 7 B-tier drivers, 6 B-tier drivers because I was counting Piastri in that. 1 main A-tier driver is a bit boring, but it is what it is. We do what we do. Yeah, for anyone who's just tuning in, you can tell I'm very happy because I stuck with Hulkenberg, McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri, Hadjar, Lawson, Colapinto. Basically was the best team I could have had, but if I swapped out Colapinto for a Lawson, but I now get free transfers in Canada, so I think it was worth it. 2.7 million as well. Absolute scenes. Yeah, Lannister, I know, it's absolutely incredible. That is double the budget gain I got from Imola and Monaco put together. Absolutely scenes. It puts me up to 115.9 on budget. I fucking love it. 10 laps from the end for voting drivers' day is too early. Yep, 100% agree, Joe. I think it should start around 5 laps to the end, or just start at the end of the race. Who cares if you get a few less votes? Start at the end of the race. Let people vote while the podiums is happening. Easy peasy. Kick need minus 32 points for a 0.6 million increase. Yeah, this Kick's going to be one of those teams we look at again. If you went the triple McLaren V-carb route, you're probably going to be bringing in Sauber just for some budget gain if you want to do that. But actually, no, you'd probably just stick with V-carb actually, because V-carb are still going to be looking good coming into next race weekend. So actually, you'd be sitting fine with that. Ginteris, what did you have in the end? Colapinto out, most likely. I can tell you, with the team I'm sitting on right now, realistically, what I'm probably going to do is Colapinto over to maybe Bortoletto to or Alonso. No. Actually, I've got a lot of money in my pocket. So it'll probably be Colapinto to either... who can I bring in? It'll either be Carlos Sainz. Yeah, it'll be Carlos Sainz or Fernando Alonso I'll be bringing in next race weekend. But I'm set everywhere else, which is brilliant, because let's say Ferrari don't look good coming into next race weekend. I can go, oh, sweet, I've got that extra transfer that I can use and still have free transfers in Austria to then bring in Mercedes or something. It's such a great position I'm in at the minute, and I can't hide the smile, man. It's insane. Did you final fix this week? I did not end up final fixing, which was absolutely perfect. I don't feel Sainz is going to be an option in Canada. Yeah, it's going to be tinkering because minus 0.2 means he's going to be on 8.5 million, if I'm correct. Yeah, 8.5 million, and he's had 2.7. Yeah, he's not going to be. You're right. Sainz isn't going to be an option. You're correct. Just sell Hulk, and he takes so much points. Ginteris, that's why I said keep... wait, did I say that? I can't remember. I can't remember what I would have said for your team comp. But that's what I kept, Mitt. Behrman ruined my budget play. Ouch. Yeah, Behrman 1 point. Does anyone actually know what happened to Behrman at the end? Because I was so hyper-focused on Nico Hulkenberg. I didn't see what happened to Behrman, but he just shot down the order. Did he have like an issue? Was it a penalty? I was just so in the mindset of Nico Hulkenberg, the GOAT. Looking like a 1.5 million budget gain for me to 116.5. Daniel, what an insane budget, by the way. Anyone who... I would say now... most people probably have around 110 million plus. If you got anything more than 113 million in budget, you're sitting pretty. Behrman got a 10-second penalty earlier. I must have missed it, man. So much happened in that race. Yeah. So much happened in that race, and I was so hyper focused on my team. It was it was ridiculous. I could not believe what was going on with my team. I was angry at one point because Verstappen got more points. Then Hulkenberg was coming back into it. Hulkenberg wasn't in the top 3 of driver of the day. Then Piastri got the fastest lap back. This is. I'm gonna need to sit on this for a while. Hey Rain, how you doing, man? Right, yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Best team for 122 million. What? 122 million. I think you can bring in Piastri, Russell, McLaren, Mercedes, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, spot on. I can't believe it, honestly. That will be the most lucky F1 Fantasy call luck, call it skill, whatever we want to call it. That will be the best call I think I will ever have made in F1 Fantasy in my life. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Max getting away with only 10 seconds is crazy. No, I think 10 seconds is probably what he deserved. It put him down to P10. Anything more, it's sort of like I don't really see the point. Because Russell, it didn't affect Russell's race in the end. it didn't affect Leclerc's race in the end. So, so I like what you're saying there, Rain. Beat the global ranked teams. Let's have a look. Oh god, we're gonna find out how quickly I can have a look at. Yeah, We beat the top team in the global ranks, everyone. That's my third team. Got budget of 122.1. Yeah, surely. Oh wait, hang on. Fraser with the £2. Thank you so much, by the way. Everyone like that, please. What a legend. Absolutely bloody legend. 119.3 million. Budget top one. Yeah, budget, my bad. Top 1K. Hey, I'm sitting here happy with 115.9. 119.3. Can we... Right, let's figure this one out. Oh, my maths is not going to math here, is it? How... Does anyone know what you need to get to Piastri, Russell, McLaren, Mercedes? Minimum. Because if you can start looking at those teams... I think definitely Abu can. 122.1 definitely can. Oh, Rain, I'm making a feature-length rant video on Driver of the Day, by the way. Yeah, no. I am giving full backing for that, by the way, because it is ridiculous. And we are talking about this week in and week out, how it makes no sense. It just makes absolutely no sense. How can it be 10 points? And if it means 10 points, there's got to be something that, I don't know, like validates it a little bit more. It just makes no sense. But yeah, 100% I'll be tuning into that. Everyone in the chat, I recommend tuning into that. Rain is a great F1 Fantasy YouTuber. Well, all of us in this space, we've got a great community here. It's growing so much as well. And I genuinely, I haven't seen a fantasy community this like wholesome. Everyone's quite nice to each other, which is really nice. Hey, 100%. Yeah, I 100% agree. It is that bad. Your group team did pretty good, Luke. I know it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. How did my green team do better than Team 2 is my test team. I was testing Final Fix that weekend. I believe it went through the Final Fix. Hopefully it did. We'll see if it did. But imagine I 2 times Hulkenberg this week on the crap team to do it. Yeah, enjoy the day, mate. Have a good one. Oh, I could do with a cold beer as well. Right, Lannister, 117.4 for McLaren, Mercedes, Piastri, Russell. Well, there you go. All right. If you've got more than Fraser, you could bring that in with 119.3, 122.1, 100%. Should be. Oh my god, this is incredible. You could bring in McLaren, Mercedes, Piastri, McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri, Russell. This is it, everyone. This weekend has pushed people to the big teams. This is where we're going to start seeing people who got budget early pushing forward now. This is absolutely incredible. I'm sweating so much, man. It's so hot in here. I don't know why I'm wearing a jumper. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I'm wearing nothing underneath it, so there's nothing I can do about it. 113.4 million budget. That is still good as well. 100%. I would say if you've got more than 100... I'd say more than 110 million in budget, you've still got a good chance this season. I would say 110 to 115... good chance still this season. 115 to 120, you're doing a really good start to the season budget-wise. 120 million plus, you are looking like you could finish in the top 100 if you carry on that form. And anyone below 110 million, you've got to start getting in that budget, otherwise you're going to fall behind. With Ferrari, you need 121.1. Yes. So, was it Abu? Yeah, 122. Yeah, you can bring that in. He's got 122.1. But I think it would be worth it. Because Mercedes look half decent here. Of course, Antonelli DNF, there's not much you could do about it. If you did not care about the budget, most likely it's going to be probably don't use it in Canada just because of Mercedes going down in value. But maybe if they bounce back a little bit in Canada, we could use it for Austria. Then maybe not. Silverstone's definitely going to be the time where everyone brings in those sorts of teams. Silver says, you say me want to go with that last minute shout on the fan app channel. Yeah, can I... Anyone... Right, is there anyone right here, sitting here right now, where I swayed them in Monaco to go Nico Hulkenberg, like Silver, I believe, did. No. Oh, who did I sway you with in the Monaco one? McLaren, Ferrari, Piastri, Hadjar, Lawson, Bortoleto, Colapinto. Who did I sway you with? I'm trying to remember. But is there anyone that I swayed in Monaco to go Hulkenberg over Gasly? Oh, we're sitting pretty now. Where is Captain? There's this guy in the Discord. The Zach one is still called the Zach F1 Discord. I don't know how to change the name. But the Zach GP Discord, Captain was the one who made me think of holding Nico Hulkenberg instead of Pierre Gasly. I need to thank that man again. If you see the name Captain anywhere near this channel, he is an absolute legend. You know what? I'm gonna at him right now on the Discord. That call to go Hulk in Monaco just became one of the best switches of all time. What a guy. What a guy. And I wasn't even thinking about doing Hulkenberg until he came up to me and he was like, but look at this. Surely Hulkenberg would be the better holding asset. And I was like, no, you're absolutely right. That he'll get onto it soon enough, guaranteed. He's normally quite vocal on it. Monaco was McLaren, Williams, Piastri, and you said was good if under 105. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. And then right, hang on. I need to see where it was. Oh yeah, and perfect. And then switching over to McLaren for brilliant. That's worked out perfectly for you then. Brilliant. Absolutely crazy. Are we going to get a lot of spam from... There he is. He's watching the stream. He is watching the stream. He's getting all the praise in the world, I tell you what. Because if we go down to the first point that this... Like, the first domino to fall for this whole thing to happen, it all starts with him. Oh, too crazy, man. Absolutely too crazy. But right, now I'll calm myself down a little bit and I'll start getting prepared for Canada in 2 weeks' time. Oh, right, actually, yeah. Oh, how am I going to do this? Where is my Discord? If you look on my social medias, underneath all of my videos, I have the social media bit. The link to the Discord should work in there. I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit dodgy. Not like bad dodgy, but just like doesn't work for some reason. You swear me to keep Hulk in Monaco. I almost transferred him, but you convinced me that yes. See, that's what I love to see. Red Lantern, that is what I love to see. Because who would have thought we would be sitting here right now with that being such a clinical point of the season. Absolutely spectacular. I can't believe it. I'm happy for Leclerc getting P3 from 7th on the grid. The pass on Russell on lap 1 was beautiful. Yeah, no, Leclerc did everything he was supposed to do and did it perfectly. I'm really happy he's getting that 0.3 million because it now means I don't think Ferrari will be the fastest in Canada. But if we get a surprise from him being fastest in Canada, we can actually look at using him, which is great to see, which is brilliant. But, right, everyone, I am going to stay on for another 10 minutes and then I have to get ready for work. It's only a short one, I know, it's a bit annoying, but I'm just going to do now a quick summary of what we should be looking at, what teams can work in Canada, and then I'll love you and leave you. So, instantly, the only two, the big A-tier driver, even though I did just talk about Leclerc, is Piastri. I'd be very surprised if people didn't go Piastri just because I don't think Ferrari's pace is going to be there. But Leclerc is there for the budget if you want someone else sort of there. How far are you from two A-tier drivers? So I'm at 115.9. So I can get Piastri, Antonelli, McLaren, Ferrari. I don't want to though because of all the drama with Antonelli at the minute. Not really getting well done. So I'm waiting for Piastri, Russell, McLaren, Mercedes minimum. And I am, oh, where was it? I believe someone said it was 117.4 for McLaren, Mercedes, Piastri, Russell. I believe that's the cheapest team. So that makes me 1.5 million in budget away from Piastri, Russell, McLaren, Mercedes. However, it's not an ideal world. I probably need an extra million or two on top of that. So I would say I'm around 3-4 million away from Piastri, Russell, McLaren, Ferrari, or McLaren, Mercedes teams, depending on what the other teams look like. So very happy with that. But then Nico Hülkenberg, you know he was coming up. He's a must-have. Everyone, I kid you not, if anyone knows the math straight away, Nico Hülkenberg will have -2 to his name. Let's do the math. Let's try to do the maths right now. -2 plus 30, 28. Let's say he gets 0 points next weekend. So 28 divided by 6.6, because it'll be 6.6, divided by 3. That's 1.4 already. So 100%, how Hülkenberg needs less than 0 points to go up 0.6 million. So let's see. If he got -2 plus -2 plus 30, 26, divided by 6.6, divided by 3, he would still go up 0.6. We're getting there. So let's say he had 24 points. So that's a -4 in Canada. That would be 6.6 divided by 3. Hulkenberg needs around -4, -5 points. I hope everyone can see that. -4, -5 points to get 0.6 million increase. 100% the must-have coming in to Canada. Norris, still obviously an option if he looks good in FP3 and FP2. Although he'll need to blow me away to get me away from that Piastri easy 0.3 million. Alonso looking like Alonso Bortoletto, very close on 4.5 million assets, but those two look like the best. So I would say pick and choose. Alonso, probably if you want to set up your team for something into Austria. Bortoletto, if you want to try and get that little bit of 0.2 million potential. So keep an eye on those. They will be there'll be buy options, but they're sort of on the fence as in, if it takes a -10 to get to them, I'd wait till Austria. Hadjar, must have 100%. He's going to need a few points to get up 0.6 million because he's still only at 6.1 million now. Link the... Yeah, right. How am I... Right, let me try this. Hopefully it works on the iPad because I can't get the other screen to work at the minute, which is doing my head in. Let's see if this works, shall we? Settings... where's an invite code? Come on. I might have to invite maybe here. Copy link. Here we go. I think I've got it working. Hopefully this can work. I believe that should work for everyone. I believe. Message if it doesn't work. I think Russell crashes into Max next race. Oh, how juicy would that be? I think Verstappen knows the championship slipping away from him now with how good McLaren look. So Canada's going to be a make or break it race for him. Where are we? Right, I did that. Oliver, 260 points plus 1 million price gain. That is definitely good. I'd say anything over 250 this weekend, you can be celebrating like a lot. Anything over 200, you're still doing half decent. Anything below 200, we bounce back. For anyone... Oh, hang on. We're getting a bit of Canada lore here. The Edmonton Oilers may win the Stanley Cup and be the first Canadian team to win the trophy since 1993. Hours after quali with their country's... Hulk, I think, passed 5 drivers in the race. Hulk did more than 5 drivers, by the way. Hulk did... Hulk did 10 overtakes. That is my guy. Only Alonso did more than that, by the way. Absolutely incredible. I'm happy I picked Lawson. Hulkenberg is inconsistent, but he delivered. Yeah, no, I completely understand. Hulkenberg wasn't a guy to transfer in. He was just an on-the-fence driver if you just had him. It wasn't like a call where we thought he was going to be great or something. It just worked out perfectly. It's one of those times we just got lucky. Swap Hulk for Alonso, bitter. Austin, The only saving grace you can have from that is at least Alonso was the second best B tier asset this race weekend. So that can help you a little bit there. But yeah, that is a bit annoying because that's a 14 point and 0.6 million swing. Ouch. But at least he's still an option now for Canada, and we move forwards. So does anyone know what happened to Behrman at the end? Yeah, right. So I found out as well, Marshall, he had a penalty. He had a penalty before the safety car, which then dropped him all the way down. I know you aren't the only one who got confused by that, because I was so hyper-focused on the front of the race, the top 10 and such, that I didn't even realise what was happening with that. I never thought of bringing in Hulkenberg. No, Nixie, and honestly, it's one of those weekends where I don't want people to go into it thinking, I should have brought in Hulkenberg, because Hulkenberg, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But like I said, he wasn't a buy asset. He was an on the fence asset who just ended up being absolutely fantastic. I genuinely don't know where that pace came from, because that was pure pace. He was faster than the Ferrari of Hamilton. He was faster than Hadjar at the end. What happened? I absolutely incredible. Yeah, 282. That is 100% brilliant. Yeah, that's fine. Lawson, you know what? I would say Sindri, you had a better you had better luck than Austin. Sadly for Austin, because at least with Lawson you lost points, but you still got that 0.6 million budget. Oh, actually, touch wood on that, everyone, because we know how dodgy sometimes the overtakes can be. So Lawson might have only 7 points or 9 races. It was insane. Yep, I know. He was one of my holding assets. So I've said this a couple of times, but basically, I came into this weekend thinking big points are on offer. Exactly what happened. I don't want to use all my transfers just in case we need to change a lot around in Canada, which, to be fair, that part of my thinking didn't really end up working, because we don't have a lot to change. You have to bring in Hulkenberg, and that's about it, really. Hulkenberg, most people have Hadjar and Lawson, and we stick with them. That you could bring in Alonso if you have that as well, but not a lot of that. But it worked out for the points, so it was brilliant. Best race of the season, Holy Peak. Yeah, no, that race had everything. Like, it was, I would say it was a mid-level race until the safety car. Like, it was good, but nothing crazy. I'm still annoyed we're not getting any Norris-Piastri fighting, and it's annoying because if if Norris just got his race starts right, then we probably would have got Norris versus Piastri that race, and then a battle for the race win would have been even better on that race. But yeah, once that safety car came out, everyone going full out on the softs. Oh my god, it was absolutely incredible. Yeah, definitely up there. 100% agree with the jam sandwich. What's up with Driver of the Day? Verstappen clearly deserved it. Well, Driver of the Day is one of the best. It's such a balanced system in F1 Fantasy. I for one absolutely love it. You definitely would not see me on my Twitter, but definitely not. I wasn't mad about it. I don't know what you mean. Not at all. Verstappen did great. Yeah, Verstappen was like, it wasn't a bad race from Verstappen up until the safety car. Like, his strategy was kind of working. It wasn't driver of the day though. Even if he got third place and stuck there, it wasn't a driver of the day race. I don't know why Piastri wasn't getting votes. But then Piastri, if not, I don't know why Nico Hulkenberg wasn't getting points. I feel like everyone just forgot that he started P15 and he was like P9, P8 when the safety car came out. It's absolutely incredible. And I do think if driver of the day opened up 3 laps till the end, or when the race ended, Hulkenberg would have won by a landslide with that P5. I didn't even notice that, by the way. Yeah. Slugger Lloyd just put Alpine fastest pit stop. Incredible. Again, though, Ferrari coming in clutch with another one. We actually had some really fast pit stops today, didn't we? Is it going to say what their pit stop was? Yeah, 2.19. Really fast. We saw a lot of 2.2s and the 2.3s. But right, what's the time? 4:22. Okay. I'll get through the final comments and then I gotta go. Highlight of the race, Hulkenberg plus 30. Yeah, I know. It's just, absolutely brilliant. Do you think Verstappen should be black? I don't think it matters too much, Lannister. Of course, if he did, it'd be great, because I don't think he'd keep driver of the day, so I think Piastri would get it. So F1 Fantasy-wise, yeah, sure, I'd like it, but I think he took enough of a hit down to P10. He got what was coming, and the 10 seconds. I don't think you need to kick him while he's down. Like in an F1 terms, like he's had the penalty. He's had the penalty. Leclerc and Russell's race weren't. It's not like he crashed out anyone, which is the main thing. I think if he crashed out Russell in that whole spat he was having, then maybe we would be talking about a black flag and stuff for unsafe driving and stuff. But nothing is, because nothing happened and Verstappen went down to P10 with the 10-second penalty, I think that's fine where it is now. How do you know how many points we got? Are we talking about project? No, so Ramif, so F1 Fantasy Tools is this brilliant website. Yeah, true, actually. I agree there. I agree. Let Lawson get the P10. What's it called? No, F1 Fantasy Tools is this brilliant website where I believe you can see the live scoring without loading in. But basically, they are... It's crazy to say they are the fastest live scores for F1 teams. You can also look at the team calculator to help you out with your teams and stuff. Although I don't use that too much because, I mean, to be fair, the budget builder is the main one you like to look at. For anyone who doesn't know where I get all the budget building info, it's all here. And the calculation for finding out the budget, if you did want to know, is add up the tally of the free races accumulated. So, I don't know, whatever, divided by the driver's value, then divided by 3 again, and it has to be above 1.2 for 0.6 minutes, 1.2, 0.8 and 0.4, I believe the thresholds are. I hope that they get 5 points for F1 Fantasy. Maybe one day they'll change it. I hope they do. Right, Verstappen is, yeah, I agree. What's the gap now? It will be more than 7. It will be more than 40 points now, won't it? Yeah, I think that, because this basically was a DNF for Verstappen. Leclerc should get penalty for the touch. See, I don't know, because I didn't get a clear look of it, but from what I was seeing, wasn't it more Verstappen who moved over? I need to have a look at it again, but I think it was I think it was just both of them hustling about, and it didn't really affect either of them. I subbed Hulk for Albon in green this week because it's difficult. How did our green teams actually do good, man? Hello everyone. Michael, I'm sorry to tell you, literally you've joined just as I'm ending it because I've got to go get ready for work. But yeah, the gist of it is I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how that worked out. Nico Hulkenberg's the GOAT, like Jelson said right there. Cheers, Ramif. Glad you're enjoying the content as well. But yes, thank you all so much for watching the live stream. I will be back on your streams doing the Monaco forfeit probably tomorrow. I'll get the McLaren 5,000 times thing out of the way, which will be great fun to do. And then I believe it's a oh, okay, that works out, but that's right, that works good then. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, okay, that's fine. Then Wednesday, another just normal F1 video. Then Friday, because we've got a bit of time off, I might make another historic video because I haven't done one of them for a while. And then, yeah, let me plug it again. Go on. Yeah, we have some great chats in there, and normally I'm pretty good with the responses. I know when it's an hour before qualifying, obviously I'm on the live stream, and sometimes I miss a few comments in there. But that's when. Lannister, I already did that when I had. Well, it wasn't a forfeit, but when I went blonde, eesh. But yeah, right. Anyway, normal F1 video on Wednesday, probably talking about, I don't know, maybe talking about the Spanish GP overview. I quite like that race. I'd like to talk about it more. Then maybe a historic one on Friday. Then coming into next week, the Fan Amp preview, everything you need to know, post FB2, the usual stuff, F1 Fantasy, post FB2. But thank you all so much for watching. I don't actually know. I believe you are correct. They should be up to second place in the Constructors, which is insane. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all on Wednesday. So yeah, take care everyone, and have a